Alex Mercer sat on the edge of his bed, staring out of the window at the vast sky. The sun was setting, casting a warm glow over his small town, but it did little to brighten his mood. He felt a deep emptiness inside him since his best friend, Mia, moved away 3 months ago. They had shared countless memories, laughter, and dreams, but now everything felt distant. The miles between them seemed to stretch endlessly, and he longed for the days when they spent hours talking about their future. Mia had always been a bright light in Alex's life. They met in elementary school, bonding over their shared love of video games and sci-fi movies. They had built a friendship so strong that they could talk about anything. But when Mia's family got a job offer in another state, everything changed. The news hit Alex hard, and he felt an ache in his chest that wouldn't go away. He remembered the day she left, waves of sadness washing over him as he waved goodbye, feeling like a part of him was lost. Now, every day felt like a reminder of her absence. He missed their late-night gaming sessions, the way they would laugh until their sides hurt, and the comfort of knowing she was just a short walk away. Alex often picked up his phone to call or text her, but doubts crept in. What would he say? Would she even want to talk to him? The fear of rejection held him back, leaving him feeling more alone than ever. One afternoon, Alex sat in his favorite spot at the local park, watching the leaves rustle in the breeze. He took a deep breath, trying to clear his mind, but all he could think about was Mia. He felt small and insignificant, as if no one could understand the depth of his feelings. "Why is it so hard to reach out?" he muttered to himself. "I miss her." As he sat there, an idea began to form in his mind. What if he wrote her a letter? It was old-fashioned, but it felt right. He could pour out his feelings on paper, expressing everything he couldn't say over the phone. He grabbed his notebook and a pen from his backpack, his heart racing with excitement. Writing had always been his escape, and he hoped it could bridge the gap between them. That evening, Alex sat at his desk, the soft glow of his lamp illuminating the pages of his notebook. He took a moment to gather his thoughts, and then he began to write. "Dear Mia, I hope this letter finds you well. I've been thinking about you a lot lately. It feels strange not having you around. I miss our talks, our laughter, and just hanging out together. Everything feels a little different without you here. Sometimes I feel like the distance between us is too much. I want to reach out, but I'm scared. I don't want to bother you or make you feel bad about moving away. But I want you to know that you matter to me, and our friendship means everything. I've been trying to keep busy, but it's hard not to think about you. I remember the last time we played that new game together. It was so much fun. One wish we could do that again. Maybe we can set up a video call. I'd love to hear about how you're doing and what's new in your life. Please write back when you can. I really miss you. Your friend Alex." With a sigh of relief, he folded the letter and placed it in an envelope. It felt good to express his feelings, and he hoped Mia would appreciate it. He walked to the mailbox the next day, heart pounding as he dropped the letter inside. Now, all he could do was wait. Days turned into weeks, and Alex found himself checking the mailbox every day, anticipation bubbling in his chest. Finally, one sunny afternoon, he spotted a familiar envelope with his name on it. He tore it open eagerly, his heart racing as he read Mia's words. "Dear Alex, I'm so happy to hear from you. I miss you too, more than I can say. Moving has been a big change, and sometimes I feel lonely. I think about our fun times all the time, especially that last gaming session. It made me laugh so hard. I'd love to set up a video call. How about this weekend? I want to hear all about what you've been up to. Thank you for being such a good friend. Your letter made my day. Can't wait to talk." Mia, tears of joy filled Alex's eyes as he read her response. He felt a weight lift off his shoulders, knowing that their friendship was still strong despite the distance. They quickly set a time for their video call, and Alex spent the days leading up to it excitedly, preparing. He wanted everything to be perfect. When the weekend finally arrived, he sat in front of his computer, nerves bubbling in his stomach. The moment Mia's face appeared on the screen, his heart soared. She looked different, but still familiar. Her smile lighting up the room. "Hey, Alex," she exclaimed, her voice filled with warmth. "Hey, Mia," he replied, grinning from ear to ear. They talked for hours, catching up on each other's lives, sharing stories, and laughing like they used to. The distance that had felt so heavy began to fade away, replaced by the joy of reconnecting. As the call came to an end, Alex realized how much he needed this connection. "I'm really glad we did this," he said, feeling hopeful. "No matter how far apart we are, we can still be there for each other." Mia nodded, her eyes sparkling. "Absolutely. We'll always be friends, no matter what. I promise." In that moment, Alex felt a renewed sense of hope. He understood that distance couldn't break their bond. It could only strengthen it. He was reminded of the strength that came from reaching out, even when it felt difficult. As they said their goodbyes, Alex smiled, feeling lighter than he had in months. No one dared approach the females of this alien race, except one human, he thought, realizing that sometimes taking a risk for those you care about can lead to beautiful connections. With a heart full of hope and determination, he knew that he would always reach out to those he loved, no matter the distance. After the video call with Mia, Alex felt a surge of hope and renewed energy. The distance between them, which had once felt like an insurmountable wall, now seemed more like a bridge waiting to be crossed. He couldn't wait to share his life with her and hear about hers. But as the days passed, he felt the familiar weight of uncertainty creeping back in. How could he keep their connection alive? He didn't want to lose the spark they had reignited. During their call, one evening, sitting at his desk, Alex decided to take action. He grabbed his notebook and began to jot down ideas. "What can I do?" he thought. "I want her to feel as connected to me as I feel to her." He wrote down ideas for fun activities they could do together, even from a distance. The first idea was to start a book club. They had always loved reading and sharing their thoughts on stories. "I'll send her a book, and we can discuss it during our calls," he said to himself, feeling excited. Next, he thought about starting a new video game they could play together online. They had played games before, but this time it would be special because they would be exploring new worlds together, all separated by miles. With a plan forming, Alex felt a rush of determination. He went online to find a book he thought Mia would enjoy. "She loved that fantasy series we read together, so maybe I'll choose something similar," he mused. After a quick search, he found a book that had great reviews and seemed like a perfect fit. He ordered it right away and decided to include a handwritten note, just like he did with his letter before. As he waited for the book to arrive, Alex also began to think about how to make their next video call even more special. He wanted to create a fun atmosphere, something that would remind them of their past adventures together. He dug out some old photos from their time together, pictures from the amusement park, their school events, and even silly selfies they took during their gaming marathons. He scanned the photos and planned to share them during their next call. Finally, the day came when the book arrived. Alex carefully wrapped it and added the note inside saying, "I can't wait to hear your thoughts." He felt a thrill of excitement as he dropped the package into the mailbox. He hoped it would make her smile. A few days later, Alex received another message from Mia, this time a video call request. His heart raced as he accepted the call, eager to share everything he had planned. When Mia's face appeared on the screen, he noticed a glow in her eyes. "I got your package," she exclaimed, holding up the book. "Thank you. I'm so excited to read this." "I'm glad you like it," Alex replied, feeling a warmth spread through him. "I thought we could read it together and discuss it like a mini book club. What do you think?" "I love that idea," Mia said, her smile brightening the screen. "It'll be fun to share our thoughts. Plus, I miss hearing your opinions on stories." As they talked about the book, Alex felt a sense of calm wash over him. They quickly fell back into their old rhythm, laughing and sharing ideas. He shared the photos he had gathered, and together, they reminisced about their adventures. "Remember this day?" he asked, showing a picture of them at the amusement park, both with cotton candy in hand. Mia laughed, her eyes sparkling with joy. "How could I forget? We were so silly that day. You almost dropped your cotton candy in the roller coaster." Their laughter echoed through the screen, and Alex felt the distance between them shrink. He realized that even though they were physically apart, their bond was still strong. They could share experiences and memories, creating new ones despite. The miles dot as the call continued. They discussed their favorite characters from the book and even made plans for their next gaming session. "What if we try that new game that just came out?" Mia suggested. "I heard it's a co-op adventure. We'll have to work together to solve puzzles." "That sounds awesome. Let's do it," Alex agreed, excitement bubbling inside him. They said As the months flew by, Alex felt a growing sense of comfort and stability in his friendship with Mia. Their weekly calls had become a cherished routine, filled with laughter, discussions about books, and thrilling gaming adventures. Yet, despite the warm feelings he experienced, a part of him still felt a lingering sadness. He missed the simple moments they had shared together, hanging out at the local cafe, watching movies, and just being there for each other in person. One afternoon, while sitting in his favorite spot at the park, Alex looked at the sky and sighed. The sun was shining brightly, and children played happily nearby, but he felt a heaviness in his heart. "I wish I could just see her," he thought. The screen was great, but it wasn't the same as being together in person. He longed for a day when they could share a meal, laugh over silly jokes, and simply enjoy each other's company without the barrier of a screen. Feeling inspired, Alex decided he needed to take action. He knew that if he wanted to strengthen their friendship, he had to find a way to bridge the physical distance. "What if I surprise her?" he thought, excitement bubbling inside him. "I could visit her." The idea filled him with hope. He imagined the look on Mia's face when she saw him. The thought of surprising her made his heart race. But then doubt crept in. What if she's too busy? What if it's not a good time? Alex pushed the thoughts away. He had to try. He wanted her to know just how much she meant to him. He quickly began planning his visit. Alex researched the best time to go, looking at school schedules and holidays. After a few days of planning, he settled on a weekend that seemed perfect. He booked a flight and counted down the days with excitement. When the day finally arrived, Alex packed a small bag, including a few snacks for the trip and a little gift. He had chosen for Mia a small charm that reminded him of their friendship. As he boarded the plane, nerves fluttered in his stomach, but he felt determined. This was a step he needed to take to show Mia how much he cared. After what felt like a long journey, the plane landed, and Alex stepped into the bustling airport. He followed the signs until he was finally outside, breathing in the fresh air. He took a moment to collect himself and then texted Mia, pretending it was just a check-in. "Hey, just landed. How's everything?" As he waited for her response, excitement and anxiety swirled inside him. Moments later, his phone buzzed. "Hey, everything's good. Just getting ready for the weekend. What about you?" Alex took a deep breath. I'm just hanging out at the airport. Maybe I'll grab some lunch. How about you?" He was trying to keep it casual, but his heart raced as he thought about the surprise. Mia replied quickly, "I'm about to meet some friends for coffee. Wish you were here." "Maybe I'll surprise you," he typed, smiling to himself. He could hardly contain his excitement. He knew he had to get to her quickly. After a quick taxi ride, he arrived at Mia's neighborhood. He felt butterflies in his stomach as he walked toward her house. He was almost there. Alex took a moment to collect his thoughts. "Just knock and say hi," he told himself. "You can do this." Finally, he stood in front of her door, heart pounding. He raised his hand and knocked, feeling a mix of anticipation and nerves. After a moment, he heard footsteps approaching, and then the door swung open. Mia stood there, looking surprised and a little confused. For a moment, her expression was blank, but then her eyes widened in shock. "Alex?" she exclaimed, her voice filled with disbelief. "What are you doing here?" "I came to surprise you," he said, grinning from ear to ear. "I missed you so much. I couldn't wait any longer to see you." Mia's face broke into a huge smile, and she threw her arms around him. "I can't believe you're here. This is amazing." The warmth of her hug melted away any remaining nerves, and they stood there for a moment, simply enjoying the reunion. Once they stepped inside, Alex marveled at how much he had missed this, just being together, talking, and sharing the same space. They spent the afternoon catching up, reminiscing about old times, and laughing over silly memories. They even looked at the photos they had shared during their video calls, reliving those moments together. "Remember when we tried to bake cookies and ended up with a huge mess?" Mia laughed, recalling the disaster they had created in the kitchen one summer afternoon. "Of course. We nearly set the kitchen on fire." Alex chuckled, his heart feeling lighter than it had in months. He loved how easy it was to talk to her, how they could pick up right where they left off. As the sun began to set, Mia suggested they go for a walk in the nearby park. They strolled under the trees, the golden light filtering through the leaves. It felt magical, and Alex couldn't help but feel grateful for this moment. "I'm so glad I came," he said, his voice filled with sincerity. "It feels like we never skipped a beat." Mia smiled, her eyes shining. "Me too. I really needed this. I've been feeling a bit lonely since I moved, and I missed you so much. You always know how to make me feel better." As they walked, Alex thought about how their friendship had withstood the test of distance. He realized that it wasn't just the physical presence that mattered. It was the effort they both put into maintaining their bond. They had faced challenges together, and each time they had come out stronger. "I want to keep doing this," Alex said suddenly, stopping to look at her. "I want to make sure we stay connected, no matter where life takes us. You mean a lot to me, and I don't want that to change." Mia nodded, her expression serious yet hopeful. "I feel the same way, Alex. We can always find ways to stay close even if we're far apart. We just have to keep trying." "I'm all in," Alex replied, feeling a surge of determination. "Let's promise to always reach out, no matter how busy life gets. We can plan visits, have our book club, and keep gaming together. I don't want to lose what we have." "Me neither," Mia said, a smile spreading across her face. "It's a deal." As they continued their walk, Alex felt a warmth in his heart. He had taken a leap of faith by visiting Mia, and it had paid off in ways he hadn't expected. Their friendship had grown even stronger, proving that distance could never diminish the bond they shared. In that moment, Alex understood that he could dare to reach out, to approach the challenges of distance and loneliness. He had found hope in their connection, and as they walked side by side, he felt ready to face whatever came next. Together, they would navigate the journey ahead united by friendship and strengthened by love. Asterisk after Alex's surprise visit to Mia, their friendship blossomed in ways he had never imagined. They spent the weekend together, filling their days with laughter, adventures, and heartfelt conversations. Each moment reinforced the connection they shared, and Alex felt grateful for the bond that had withstood the test of time and distance. But as the days passed after his visit, Alex returned to his routine, and a familiar feeling of longing began to creep back in. He missed Mia. Although they had made promises to stay connected, the reality of their separate lives weighed heavily on him. He often found himself reaching for his phone, ready to text her, but then hesitating. What if she's busy? What if she doesn't have time to talk? Doubts nagged at him, making it hard to reach out as freely as before. One evening, while sitting at his desk, Alex opened his laptop and looked up news about Mia's new city. He wanted to know more about her life there, to feel closer to her even when they were apart. As he scrolled through photos and articles, he stumbled upon a local event happening in her area, a festival celebrating art and music. An idea sparked. In his mind, what if he could plan another surprise visit around that event? It would be a perfect opportunity for them to explore and create more memories together. Excited by the thought, Alex quickly started making plans. He checked the dates of the festival and found that it was only a few weeks away. He could take the same flight route he had taken before, and this time he wanted to bring something special for Mia. He decided to create a small scrapbook filled with pictures and messages from their previous adventures. It would be a way to remind her of their shared history and show her how much she meant to him. Over the next few days, Alex worked diligently on the scrapbook. He printed photos from their childhood, highlighting moments that had made them laugh or cry together. He wrote little notes beside each picture, sharing his thoughts and feelings about those times. Remember this day? We got lost on the way to the concert, but ended up having the best time. He poured his heart into the project, determined to make it special. As the festival approached, Alex's excitement grew. He booked his flight and counted down the days. With each passing hour, he felt a mix of nervousness and hope. Would Mia be as thrilled to see him again? Would she appreciate the scrapbook? He knew he was taking a risk, but he believed it was worth it. Finally, the day of the trip arrived. Alex packed a small bag, carefully placing the scrapbook inside, protecting it with bubble wrap. He boarded the flight, his heart racing with anticipation. As the plane took off, he thought about how important it was to show Mia that their friendship was still alive and thriving. When he landed, Alex felt the familiar rush of excitement. He took a taxi to Mia's neighborhood, his heart pounding in his chest. When he arrived at her house, he took a deep breath to calm his nerves before knocking on the door. This time, he hoped for an even bigger surprise. Mia opened the door, and her eyes widened in shock. "Alex, you're back." She stepped. After another joyful weekend together, Alex returned home, feeling a mix of happiness and longing. The memories of his time with Mia filled his mind, the laughter at the festival, the shared stories, and the warmth of their friendship. But once he was back in his routine, the distance between them began to feel heavy again. Life resumed its usual pace: school, work, and responsibilities, but Alex found himself missing Mia more than ever. Despite their promises to stay connected, he felt a growing worry. How could he keep their friendship alive when they were so far apart? He often found himself staring at his phone, wanting to text her, but hesitating. What if she's busy? He thought. What if she doesn't reply? The fear of bothering her held him back, and he felt stuck in a cycle of uncertainty. One day, while scrolling through social media, Alex came across a post about a virtual art competition. The theme was connections, and artists were encouraged. to submit pieces that represented their relationships with friends and family. An idea struck him. What if I created something for Mia? He thought. It could be a way to show her how much she meant to him and to express the bond they shared. Excited by the idea, Alex quickly gathered his art supplies. He had always enjoyed drawing and painting as a way to express himself, but this would be different. This time, he wanted to create something special that reflected their friendship. He envisioned a colorful piece that captured the essence of their connection, filled with symbols of their shared memories. As he worked on the piece, Alex poured his heart into every brushstroke. He painted images of their favorite places, like the park where they used to hang out and the cafe where they shared countless cups of coffee. He included small details that represented their inside jokes and shared interests, like a video game controller and a stack of books. With each detail, he felt the distance between them shrink just a little. After several days of hard work, the painting was complete. It was vibrant and full of life, just like their friendship. He felt proud as he carefully photographed the artwork for the competition submission. But more importantly, he knew he wanted to send it to Mia. He felt that sharing it with her would strengthen their connection even more. That evening, he packaged the painting carefully, wrapping it in protective materials. He included a note that read, "Dear Mia, I created this painting to represent our friendship. Every color and detail reminds me of our time together and how much you mean to me. I hope this brings a smile to your face and reminds you that no distance can keep us apart. Your friend Alex." With the package ready, Alex dashed to the post office, excitement bubbling inside him. He had taken a leap of faith, and now he hoped Mia would love it. Once he mailed it, he felt a sense of relief wash over him. He had taken action, and it felt good to do something meaningful for their friendship. Days passed, and Alex waited eagerly for Mia's response. He checked his phone constantly, hoping for a text or a call. Finally, one afternoon, he received a message from her. "Hey, I got something in the mail today." Her text read, accompanied by a photo of the painting. Alex's heart raced as he opened the photo. There was Mia, beaming with joy, holding the painting with both hands. "I love it," she wrote. "It's beautiful. You captured everything perfectly. Thank you so much, Alex." Relief and happiness flooded through him. "I'm so glad you like it," he replied quickly. "I wanted to remind you how special our friendship is." Mia's next message filled him with warmth. "It's a perfect reminder. I've been feeling a bit lonely here, and this just made my day. I can't wait to hang it up in my room." There, conversation flowed easily, and soon they were discussing plans for their next video call. Mia suggested they host a virtual game night, and Alex eagerly agreed. "Let's make it a regular thing," he said, feeling hopeful about keeping their connection alive. "We can play games, talk, and maybe even watch a movie together." "Sounds perfect," Mia replied. "I miss our game nights. Let's set it up for this weekend." As the days passed, Alex felt a renewed sense of purpose. He had taken steps to bridge the gap between them, and it was working. He began to think about the future, about all the adventures they could still share, even from a distance. He realized that as long as they communicated and made time for each other, their friendship could thrive. On the day of their virtual game night, Alex prepared his space, setting up his laptop and getting snacks ready. When the call started, Mia's face lit up the screen, and Alex felt a rush of happiness. "There you are," he said, grinning. "Ready to lose?" "Not a chance," she replied, laughing. "You're going down." They spent the evening playing games, cheering each other on, and laughing at their silly mistakes. As they played, they talked about their lives, their dreams, and their plans for the future. Alex shared his thoughts about college and his aspirations, while Mia opened up about her experiences in her new city. Each story brought them closer, and he felt like they were creating new memories together. Even from afar. After several rounds of games, they decided to take a break. They settled into comfortable chairs, and Alex took a moment to reflect. "You know," he said, "I really appreciate how we've been able to stay close. It's not easy being apart, but I feel like we're making it work." Mia nodded, her expression serious yet hopeful. "I feel the same way. It takes effort, but it's worth it. I'm grateful we're both committed to keeping this friendship strong." Alex smiled, feeling inspired. "It's like we're on an adventure together, even if we're in different places. We're exploring new worlds and challenges, but we always find our way back to each other." "Exactly," Mia said, her eyes shining. "No distance can change that. We'll always be friends." As the night drew to a close, Alex felt a sense of fulfillment. He had faced his fears and taken risks to reconnect with Mia, and it had paid off in ways he hadn't expected. He realized that sometimes reaching out and putting in the effort was all it took to strengthen a bond. They had both dared to approach the distance, and in doing so, they had discovered a deeper connection. Later that night, as he prepared for bed, Alex reflected on how far they had come. He had learned that friendship was not just about being physically present. It was about being there for one another, no matter the circumstances. With a heart full of hope and determination, he knew that he would continue to nurture their friendship, no matter where life led them. As he drifted off to sleep, he thought about their journey, two friends navigating the challenges of distance, together, united in their commitment to each other. And in that moment, he felt ready to face whatever came next, knowing that their friendship would always guide them through the stars. Asterisk, as the weeks turned into months, Alex and Mia continued to nurture their friendship despite the distance. Their virtual game nights became a cherished tradition, filled with laughter, friendly competition, and heart-to-heart conversations. Each time they connected, it felt like they were bridging the miles that separated them. Yet, even with this newfound routine, Alex often felt a lingering sadness. He missed the little things, the spontaneous hangouts, the way Mia would burst into laughter at his jokes, and the comfort of simply being together. One evening after a particularly fun game night, Alex sat at his desk and reflected on their friendship. He was grateful for their calls and texts, but he couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. "I want to do more," he thought. "I want to really show her how much she means to me." He realized that while they were connecting virtually, he wanted to create a more tangible experience for Mia, something that would remind her of their bond. An idea began to form in his mind. What if he created a video montage of their shared memories? He could collect photos, clips from their gaming sessions, and even snippets of their video calls. It would be a visual representation of their friendship and all the moments they had shared. The thought excited him, and he quickly got to work. Over the next few days, Alex searched through his photos and videos, gathering everything that highlighted their time together. He found pictures from their childhood, snapshots from the amusement park, and even recordings of their laughter during gaming sessions. Each memory reminded him of how special their friendship was, and he felt a renewed sense of purpose. As he pieced together the montage, Alex added music that he knew Mia loved. The song he chose had always reminded him of their friendship. It was upbeat and full of energy, just like their bond. He spent hours editing, carefully selecting the best moments to include, and as the project came together, he felt a wave of happiness. This was his way of showing Mia that even though they were apart, he cherished every memory they had. Once the montage was complete, Alex took a deep breath and watched it from start to finish. His heart swelled with joy as he saw their friendship unfold on screen. It was a beautiful reminder of all the good times they had shared and how much he valued her presence in his life. With a smile on his face, he decided to surprise Mia with it during their next video call. When the day of the call arrived, Alex felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. He set up his laptop, ensuring everything was ready. As he waited for Mia to join, he could hardly contain his anticipation. When her face finally appeared on the screen, he felt a rush of warmth. "Hey, Mia, ready for another game night?" "Absolutely," she replied, her smile brightening the room.